So here's the thing. Whenever I tell someone I retired abroad, after they ask me about the cost of living, the very next question is almost always, but Joe, is it safe? Or what happens if you get sick? And honestly, I get it. Moving overseas sounds exciting, but if you're worried about your health, or about walking around at night, or even if the water is safe to drink, those questions can stop you cold. So in today's episode, I'm gonna break it all down. Food and water safety, healthcare, dental and vision care, personal safety, theft, even transportation. Basically, the things that keep most people awake at night when they imagine living overseas. And at the end, I'll share the one superpower that will almost certainly keep you out of trouble. Welcome to Away with Joe. I'm Joe, and I retired at 50 to slow travel across Southeast Asia, living out my childhood dreams of adventure, photography, scuba diving, and the beach life I always wanted. On this channel, I share practical tips on financial strategy, retirement travel planning, and building a roadmap that will help you design your ideal retirement. So, if you're ready to live with more freedom, more adventure, and more purpose, hit the like button and let's dive in. This is Away with Joe. Welcome back to Away with Joe. I'm Joe Burrows, retired at 50, slow traveling through Southeast Asia with a camera in one hand and a scuba tank not too far away. This channel is all about showing you what it's really like to retire abroad, so you can design your own dream retirement instead of just daydreaming about it. Before we get rolling, a quick ask. If you're enjoying these episodes, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. It helps more people find the channel, and it means you'll get the latest videos on retiring and traveling abroad as soon as they drop. All right, let's get into it. One of the first things people worry about is, can I eat the food? Can I drink the water? The short answer, usually. But every place is different. In most cities in Southeast Asia, restaurants are perfectly fine, and the food is delicious. Street food, it's some of the best you'll ever have. But go where the locals are lined up. Locals know which stalls are clean and worth the wait. Pro tip, look for restaurants and street food vendors that do some takeout and delivery business. If locals are paying to have the food delivered, you can bet it's delicious. Now, water, you usually should not drink straight from the tap. In places like Thailand or the Philippines, bottled water or filtered water is the norm. It's cheap, it's everywhere, and once you get used to that small adjustment, you don't even think about it anymore. Restaurants will serve filtered or mineral water, and the ice? Most restaurants and street vendors have ice made from filtered water delivered every day. If the ice is tube-shaped with a hole down the middle, you're good to go. Here's the big one. People think moving abroad means you're giving up quality healthcare. The reality? You might actually improve your access. Hospitals in Bangkok, Manila, and other big cities are world-class. I'm talking modern facilities, English-speaking doctors, many trained in the US or Europe. And the costs are a fraction of what you'd pay in the States. A routine checkup might set you back $20 or $30. Even more serious procedures are often affordable out of pocket compared to the US. A word here about pharmacies. Everywhere. My dad was a pharmacist, so maybe this just stands out to me. But in Southeast Asia, it seems like there's a pharmacy on every block. You can easily pop in and consult with a pharmacist about minor issues like upset stomach, hangovers, headaches, muscle aches, etc. Each country is a little different about what is over the counter and what requires a prescription. For example, in Vietnam, you can get a full course of antibiotics over the counter, but in the Philippines, that would require a prescription. Dental and vision care are where you'll really notice the difference. Cleaning, x-rays, and a checkup at a private dental clinic will only cost you about $40. Glasses and eye exams, same story. Quality care at a fraction of US prices. Some people even fly abroad just for dental work because the value is so good. For retirees, this means keeping your teeth and eyesight in shape doesn't have to drain your wallet. A big thanks to today's sponsor, McCoy's Smokehouse and Saloon in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you're ever near Charlotte, do yourself a favor and stop in. Their award-winning smoked wings are unreal, and the barbecue is the kind of comfort food that makes you feel like home. Thanks again to McCoy's for supporting Away with Joe. Let's talk about personal safety on the street. Here's the truth. I feel safer walking around at night in Thailand or the Philippines than I do in a lot of US cities. Violent crime is rare, especially in expat areas. People are friendly, and most of the dangers are just everyday travel annoyances, like watching your wallet in crowded markets. In fact, Bangkok, which is nearly 1/3 bigger than New York, has 3 million more people than New York, is ranked safer than not only New York City, but also London and Paris. That blows people's minds. But the biggest crime here is Westerners like me butchering street food names. Pickpocketing or petty theft can happen, sure, but it's no different than traveling in Europe or walking through a big city in the US. Don't flash big wads of cash, keep an eye on your phone, and you're fine. One thing I've noticed, locals look out for you once you settle in. It's a community vibe. Transportation. This is where things can feel different. Driving in Southeast Asia isn't always for the faint of heart. Traffic is chaotic, scooters are everywhere, and rules, let's just say, loose. If you ever visit Phuket or Pattaya, half the foreigners are walking around like they're part of a secret knee bandage club. That's not a new fashion trend. That's what happens when tourists think renting a scooter makes them instant MotoGP racers. But here's the thing, you don't have to drive. Grab, the local version of Uber, is everywhere. Taxis are cheap, trains and buses are easy to use, so you can actually get around more safely and more affordably than by owning a car in the US. Okay, I promised you one superpower that will almost always keep you safe. That superpower is called common sense. I know you just rolled your eyes at that, but it's true. Most travel-related accidents and illnesses are preventable if you use some common sense. Don't grab onto low-hanging power lines. Don't rent a scooter in a right-hand drive country when you haven't been on one in decades. Don't attempt a backflip off a prehistoric rope swing that's suspended over water of unknown depth. Don't chug neon green mixed drinks served out of a bucket by a guy who is so dirty he's shiny. Know where you're going, look where you're walking. Don't flash wads of cash. Avoid people that seem too nice too quickly, and you'll be golden. See? Common sense. Unfortunately, that's not a weed that grows in everybody's garden. So let me throw it back to you. What's the one safety or health concern that makes you hesitate about retiring abroad? Is it healthcare, transportation, or something else? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read them all, and I'll tackle some in future episodes. People ask if I feel safe traveling in Southeast Asia, and I get it. These are different cultures with different rules and customs. But that's just part of the joy of traveling, learning new things and exploring new worlds. Nothing about that is scary. I mean, it's not like I'm tailgating at a Philadelphia Eagles game. Here's the bottom line. Retiring abroad isn't about ignoring safety or healthcare. It's about learning the reality that with some simple adjustments, you can live safely, get great medical care, and enjoy a quality of life that's hard to match back home. Thanks so much for watching Away with Joe. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's curious about life overseas. And remember, retirement isn't the end of your adventure. It's the start of a brand new one.